welcome back, Mindy here. So it's iPhone season and I'm freaking excited. But before buying anything, I love to read up everything, compare everything, know everything before we buy. So that's exactly what I did. Here's everything, every spec you need to know about the iPhone 13s, 13 mini, 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max before you get them. So first, the iPhone 13. We have 5 new colors: pink, blue, midnight, starlight, which is sort of a white or silver color, and we have red. I really like the pink and midnight colors. And finally guys, we have a 20% smaller notch, and this is something we've been asking from Apple for a very long time, especially if Android phones getting almost full screen displays. All we're asking from Apple is just to make this notch slightly smaller, or you know what, in future just remove the whole notch and give us a full screen display. That would be really nice. But then again, this is still a win. The iPhone 13 comes in 2 sizes, the 6.1 inch and the 5.4 inch mini. It features a whole new Super Retina XDR OLED display, which is 28% brighter and sharper and more color accurate. It is powered by the all-new A15 Bionic chip, and Apple says it's faster than its competition, and it has better machine learning for things like live text as well as other AR performance. The cameras are also improved. Now the lenses are placed 45 degrees diagonally across each other, and the new wide camera allows 47% more light, which means better night photography. The iPhone 13s also get sensor shift stabilization, which is much more stable than the optical image stabilization that iPhones used to feature in the past. This feature used to only be available in the 12 Pro Max. Next, we have the new photographic styles, which basically acts like a preset if you guys ever played with Lightroom. With this, you can adjust the brightness, contrast, saturation to what you like, and it's safe as a preset, and whenever you take pictures, the setting will be applied. That's actually really cool because it saves you time. You don't have to spend time editing every single photo that you take to the style that you want. And next, for video recording, we have a whole new cinematic mode, which features autofocus and autofocus transition. This is a really cool feature. It basically encompasses a lot of computational photography. Your phone is able to anticipate when your subject enters into frame and then focuses on that subject. If your subject looks away to another person, the camera would automatically focus on the other person. And these are all done automatically on your phone. And guess what? If you're not happy with this, you can actually adjust the depth effect in post on your iPhone. If you don't want this dude to be in focus, you can simply tap on this lady. That's actually some pretty advanced stuff because I can't even get that with a professional camera like what I'm using right now. But we're definitely going to test that out to see it for ourselves. Guys, look at this. iPhone went to film school so you don't have to. The way Apple markets things is just next level. Okay, next, the battery life. 1.5 hours longer on the mini and 2.5 hours longer on the 13. The mini starts at $699 and the 13 starts at $799. Next, let's talk about iPhone 13 Pro because we have 4 colors: the new Sierra Blue, Silver, Gold, Graphite. And guys, honestly, don't you find that the non-Pro models usually have better colors than the Pro models? I have no idea why. I'm not too sure about the new Sierra Blue because I kind of much prefer my very own Pacific Blue on the 12 Pro Max. Yeah, but we'll see, and don't forget to subscribe because we'll be checking out these phones really soon. Okay, the Pros come in 6.1 inch and the 6.7 inch Max. We also get the same smaller notch here, so yes, team no notch, come on, let's go. It is powered by the A15 Bionic chip with the new 6-core CPU, new 5-core GPU, and that means 13 Pros will have better graphics than the 13. But the question is, can we tell the difference? Can you tell the difference? Because 1-core GPU difference, will that make a difference? Yeah. It also features a new Super Retina XDR display, and the display is brighter at 1000 nits. It also has 120Hz ProMotion display, and that is something that I'm super duper excited about because that's something that we've been asking Apple to give us since like 2 years ago, and I thought that last year we might get it, but we didn't. And for me, after using the 120Hz ProMotion display on the iPad Pro, I just want that on my phone, and finally we're getting it. Yay! With the 120Hz adaptive ProMotion display, the display will actually refresh 10 to 120 times per second depending on what's on your screen. And you may think 120Hz refresh rate might be super duper taxing on the battery and you may have like very little battery life, but no, this is really smart. The frame rate increases when you need exceptionally high graphics performance, and it will reduce when you don't really need it to save power. For example, it will go at 10 Hz when you're reading an ebook and at 120 Hz when you're gaming. So basically, in non-geek terms, it means that when you're scrolling your phone, it would be a much smoother experience. At 120 Hz, it's very fast. It's like as you swipe up, as you use your phone, you're gonna feel like your phone is responding immediately to your touch. Thanks, macro photography is coming to the 13 Pro. Being able to shoot in macro means that you can go really close to your subject when you're taking that shot. This has a minimal focusing distance of 2 cm. That's like super duper close. Like you can go so near to the camera lens and it will still focus. Whereas like right now, I'm so close to the camera lens and it's not focusing at all. Yeah, you have to be here, which is about 20 cm before it focuses. We are also getting macro video, so you can film really close to your subject in slow motion and in time lapse as well. The 3 lenses here are all new. Firstly, the telephoto lens. Instead of a 2x optical zoom, now we get 3x optical zoom. The ultra-wide lens has also been improved, allowing 92% more light in. The wide lens now has a wider aperture at f1.5. So all in all, that means better night photography, better night modes, and that's always good. We're also getting photographic styles and cinematic mode on the Pro series. All of these require heavy computational photography, which is made possible by the A15 Bionic chip. And for video recording, we have another exciting feature. Now we can shoot in Apple ProRes on the Pro series. Apple ProRes is a professional favorite codec to film in because it has really low compression and high color fidelity, and that means that it's much easier to edit those files. You don't need to create proxies. That saves you a lot of time, and there's so much details in those files for you to unpack and edit and adjust. So there's a lot of freedom in editing those files. But that also means you need more storage space, which is awesome because the new 13 Pros have up to 1 terabyte of storage space. That's a lot of space. And one cool thing is you can shoot and edit in ProRes all on your iPhone. That's actually pretty impressive. I don't know anyone who would actually edit videos on their phones. Who knows? Maybe the younger kids do that. We also have longer battery lives with 2.5 hours more on the 13 Pro Max and 1.5 hours more on the Pro. Pros start at $999 and the Pro Max at $1,099. And finally, guys, we're at my favorite part here. It's the comparison of everything because that's what I love to do. And that's something that a lot of you guys have been asking me. Like, Mindy, should I get the 13 or 13 Pro? Or Mini, Pro Max? Like, which should I get? What should I upgrade? Which should I get? Yeah, so we're gonna answer all those questions right now. So I actually created these comparison tables and highlighted the differences between the different phones. And this is what I've learned. So firstly, the 13 Pro and the 13. The Pro has a brighter display and the Pro Motion 120 Hz refresh rate display, which I'm super excited for. It seals the deal for me. It's also slightly heavier. It's gonna have slightly better graphics performance, better camera system, and the ability to shoot in Apple Pro RAW and Apple ProRes for video recording. It also has a better battery life and the LiDAR scanner for better AR. So if you guys care about the camera and the 120Hz ProMotion display, go for the 13 Pros. Another great thing I learned is that when I compare Pro Max with the Pro and 13 with 13 Mini, I realized how minimal differences there are. The only differences between them are the display size, weight, and battery life. Everything else inside of them are pretty much the same. And this is actually very different from how Apple used to do things. They used to put all the good stuff in the Pro Max version, but now 13 Pro Max and 13 Pro have the same features. You only have to decide if you want a bigger battery, bigger screen, or not. You don't have to get the biggest phone to get the best technology. All of that is in the 13 Pro as well. And that's why I think the 13 Pro is the sweet spot. Because after using a 12 Pro Max for about a year-ish, I feel like this is huge. I always have to have both hands on this phone to use it or to text. But I got this because it has the best camera technology and I film a lot of stuff and take a lot of pictures, so I went with this. But now, I think the 13 Pro would be my next go-to. Yeah, I also drew up a few other comparison tables so that if you currently own the 12 series, you can see the differences clearly and to figure out if you actually need the upgrade. For instance, 13 Pro Max versus 12 Pro Max is basically heavier, thicker, it has a ProMotion display, brighter display, faster chip, better camera, longer battery life. If you own the 12, you don't need to upgrade, but if you want the latest and greatest, Who am I to stop you, right? Don't know about you guys, but I know that a lot of people have been saying that this year's event has been kind of underwhelming. There's not a lot of crazy, insane upgrades, but I kind of feel like 120Hz promotion display is something that I will go for because I want to have a smoother experience on my iPhone. I have a couple of friends who are still using older models like the iPhone X, XS Max, and they're really excited for this upgrade. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna wait for next year's iPhone 14? Because we heard that we're gonna have an all-new design, and that's pretty exciting actually. But you know, it's just rumors for now. We never know what's gonna happen in the future. So yeah, let me know what you think, what you're excited about, what you're gonna get, and I'll leave a link to all the comparison tables here so that you guys can figure out what you need. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit subscribe because it makes me happy, it puts a smile on my face, and it's free. And we're gonna be unboxing a lot of these new iPhones in the next few weeks, so you don't want to miss out on that. And yeah, take care, stay maintained, cherry. Goodbye.